pa 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 ella, ella, pa 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 ella, pa pa ella,
Welcome, so glad you could join us for another edition of Locally New England, a show that is committed to bringing you local lifestyle insights, marquee events, and business profiles, highlighting the culture that makes Rhode Island and New England such a special place to live. I'm Cheryl Nelson.
And I'm Joe Guarnieri. It's great to be back with you, showcasing the places and people that make this region stand out. We have a great show for you, so buckle up.
Locally New England is brought to you by Charahoe Furniture, beautifully crafted American-made home furnishings. First Hyundai, North Attleboro. Save every day at First Hyundai. And Some Pump Geeks. We service all brands. Welcome back. We are happy to welcome Katie Liberman, Executive Director of Trinity Repertory Company, to preview their upcoming season and talk about the great programs that Trinity has to offer. Katie, welcome to the show. So happy to have you here.
Such an honor. Thank you for having me.
So there have been a lot of changes at your historic theater. Tell us about it. This is huge for the area.
Thank you. Trinity Rep is in a historic building. It's 106 years old. Wow. It's a beautiful gem of a building in downtown Providence, but you can imagine that a building of that age no longer meets all the needs of the audience and the artists who come in and out of it every day.
Right.
We serve more than 100,000 people every year, and we want to make sure that this building can take us into the next century. And so we are beginning and embarking on a major construction project that is going to transform our 90s era elevator that does not reach every story in the building to get all the way to the top floor. Which sounds very simple, but in fact the brand new elevator will better connect all of our spaces, allowing for expanded education and community engagement programming. And we'll also have an addition that wraps around the elevator to provide better navigation and new public spaces for folks. And the whole addition will provide a modern exterior and a much more welcoming space for all of our audience. The first play of the season, it kicks off in September, is called POTUS, or 7 Women Trying to Keep a Great Dumbass Alive. Excuse the words, but it gives you a sense of the rowdiness of the comedy. It's a little bit raunchy, a little bit blue, but it's really funny. We programmed it specifically to give everyone a little bit of lighthearted comedy in the fall when we know there might be some white knuckling around election season, no matter what side of the aisle you're on.
You're right.
We need a space to just laugh. The play is just 7 female actors playing all of women who surround different roles in the White House, including the president's wife, his mistress, his communications director, the chief of staff, his sister, all of these folks, and it's just consistent farce, doors opening, closing, people running in and out.
Yes.
It'll be great fun and hopefully a nice lighthearted balance to the things that you might catch on your nightly news.
Yeah, it sounds like a girls' night out. I mean, that's I would take a lot of girlfriends and just laugh. We could take you too, Joe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd love to see the show. Now, as far as the subscription-based, tell us a little bit about that.
Absolutely. So that show, POTUS, is actually running in rotation with another female-centric show called Ms. Holmes and Ms. Watson Apartment 2B. So also a female-led show, which is why we're running them together. You can catch them on different nights in rotation. Murder mystery, also a little comedic, total whodunit, and it's going to be really fun for folks. We know that we were just talking about how, that type of mystery piece is really popular right now. We know folks are going to be wanting that type of lighthearted, but quick and easy solution at the end, but led by 2 female leads and written by a woman named Kate Hamill, who completed a play called Pride and Prejudice that we ran a few years ago, which was very popular. Kate does a lot of modern adaptations to really popular and well-known historic stories.
Yes.
And you asked about the subscription.
Yeah.
So we have 5 plays in the season, as we talked about, and the subscription is the best way to get a ticket to all 5. So that includes these 2 shows and 3 great plays in the spring. And when you subscribe, you can arrange for your tickets all in advance. You get a significant discount. They start at $115 for all 5 shows. So
That's really
Wait,
good.
for everything.
the whole package.
Wow.
You can go up from there depending on where you want to sit or what
Okay.
night of the week. But then you get 5 tickets, and your date nights are basically set for the year, or your girls' nights out. You're set, and it's a really great way to support your local theater, Trinity Rep, but also to just feel like, oh, I'm all set, I'm ready, and I can make plans for the whole year, and I don't have to worry about it.
This
That's
is
cool.
so easy, and
Yeah.
it's such a great deal. Where can our viewers go to get those tickets and learn more?
Absolutely. You can go to our website, trinityrep.com, trinityrep.com, and you can arrange right there to make arrangements for 2 types of subscriptions. There's a 5-play where you get all 5 plays in one package, or a flex pass where you can pick and choose exactly what you want.
excited.
Perfect. You can also call
excited.
401-351-4242 for more information. Katie, thank you so much for that. That's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Coming up next on Locally New England, we sit down with Ed Pacheco, President and CEO of Special Olympics Rhode Island. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Locally New England. Joining us now is Ed Pacheco. Ed is the president and CEO of the Special Olympics Rhode Island. Ed, welcome to Locally New England. So good to have you here, and you guys are doing so much great stuff for the community.
Oh, thank you for having me. This is great. I feel like I'm a part of the family already.
Oh, yes, you are. You're welcome in our family here. Everybody's family in New England. But I want to get right to it. The Special Olympics, for those of us who aren't really sure, describe what it is that you do and who takes part in this.
Yeah, so Special Olympics Rhode Island is just an incredible organization serving over 4,000 Rhode Islanders with intellectual and developmental disabilities. And our foundation is built on sports and athletics. And through that foundation, we're promoting acceptance, respect, and inclusion for all Rhode Islanders, but obviously and particularly those individuals that we serve that we refer to as athletes. So any one of the Rhode Islanders with intellectual disabilities that partakes in Special Olympics, there are athletes. And I have to tell you, they are the most inspiring athletes you would ever meet in the world, as far as I'm concerned. So as we like to tell everybody, come be a part of the movement with us, be a fan in the stands, be a volunteer. It's just an exceptional organization to be a part of.
And speaking of which, you said we spoke earlier about normally you get the idea that it's only kids. Now you have a spectrum of actual age groups, and it goes quite high.
Yeah, so everybody at home, when they think of Special Olympics, they think of 2 things. One is they think about the summer games that we host at the University of Rhode Island, which is our pinnacle event. And 2, they have this picture in their mind that we only work with kids.
Right.
Well, my good friend Marilyn Powers, who is also one of my colleagues at Special Olympics Rhode Island, happens to be an athlete. She would be the first person to say to you that we don't just work with kids, and that our athletes are not just kids. We serve age range from as early as 7 years of age in our Young Athletes program, and we have athletes that are in their late 70s that are bowling at the Summer Games, and it is incredible to see them all participating at their level of competition.
That's awesome.
And that's the beauty of Special
Right.
Olympics, right? Our athletes are not, they're certainly competing, but they're competing at a level that is able to make them happy, to have an exceptional experience, right? So just like any other sport that you would see, we division them based on ability level, and they're competing with similar ability athletes in that respective sport, so whether it be soccer or swim or bowling, and all different age groups. So we have something to offer all individuals with intellectual abilities across the state, and
cool.
not just athletics, by the way. We also branch out into leadership training, healthy athletes, among other amazing programs.
I didn't realize you did all of that. And how do you put people in different organizations or different groups, and how does somebody even get qualified for something like this?
Yeah, so we have a great conversation all the time at Special Olympics Rhode Island about that quote unquote what we refer to as a point of entry, right? So mom or dad, guardian, an athlete, any one of them that reaches out to us to express interest in being part of our movement, there's something for everyone. So you might be mom and dad at home right now thinking about, I have a son or a daughter who has autism. They're 6, 7 years of age, and I'm wondering what's out there for me. Well, we have a young athletes program where you come together, and through play, you're learning certainly the spirit of competition, but really to have fun and be a part of other community members that share in their abilities and what they're looking forward to in life. And some people like to refer to those quote unquote instances as challenges. they're not challenges at Special Olympics. We recognize everyone for who they are and where they want to be in life, and we provide exceptional experiences for them. So just like any one of us want for our loved ones, our sons or daughters, when they get into the sporting world to compete, to experience the thrill of victory, we're cheering for every single one of our athletes every step of the way. And in every moment, every step that they take is a victory in their own right, and we want to be there to celebrate with them.
That's great. Is there any cost to the athletes at all?
So the best part about everything I just described, it's at no cost.
Really?
Absolutely no cost to the athletes of Special Olympics. So if any individual wants to sign up and be a part of Special Olympics Rhode Island, they can do so at no cost, because of the generosity of everyday Rhode Islanders and certainly our sponsors and community members and philanthropists who come out and support this organization. We are 100% reliant on philanthropic support at Special Olympics.
Which brings me to my next question then, because I'm sure there's people watching who are going, okay, I would love to help. This is near and dear a cause that I really want to help out with.
Sure.
What can people do? Can they volunteer? Can they donate? Give us some examples.
All the above.
Okay, yeah.
Everybody is welcome. So the easiest way to reach out to us is visit specialolympicsri.org. Again, specialolympicsri, all one word, .org. We always want to make sure that's clear to everybody at home. Or call the office if you prefer, and that's the 401-349-4900. Any one of the team members would be happy to talk with you about Special Olympics. We're always looking for volunteers. We rely, there's only 14 full-time staff at Special Olympics here in Rhode Island.
My goodness.
And so we rely on annually close to 4,000 volunteers.
Wow.
Coaches, assistant coaches, team volunteers, going out to help with events. At summer games at the University of Rhode Island, we'll have north of 1,500 volunteers just for that event.
Really?
Wow.
And every single one of them that come out for that event, they'll tell you, I'll be back next year.
And once again, that website before we go, if people want to get more info.
SpecialOlympicsRI.org. Again, all one word, SpecialOlympicsRI.org. Come say hi, stop by the office, visit the website. We would love for you to be a part of this movement with us, and you can make a difference in people's lives.
Thank you. I wish we had more time to talk more. This is amazing. Thanks for all you do, Ed.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
When we get back, we'll get you ready for the movies with Sean Quirk from the Flickers Rhode Island International Film Festival. All next on Locally New England. Welcome back to Locally New England. Now, every August, New Englanders are treated to some of the very best films from all over the world through none other than the Flickers Rhode Island International Film Festival.
Yes, that's right. And with us to discuss this year's films and events is Program Director Sean Quirk. Welcome to Locally New England. So good to have you here.
Happy to be here.
So excited about this. So the history of the festival, a lot of people don't know the history and how it got started. Tell us a little bit about that.
The festival was created originally as Flickers, the Newport Film Society, in 1982.
Okay.
And for a good 2 decades, we were screening retrospectives and doing film series in Newport. And then starting in 1997, we moved to Woonsocket, where we created the Rhode Island International Film Festival. And in our second year, we did the premiere of Something About Mary with the Farrelly brothers.
Yes.
And lo and behold, after a few years in Woonsocket, we moved to Providence, where we were at the Columbus Theater for a number of years. And since 2008, we've been at the Vets and PPAC as our 2 main stays for the opening night. And we'll be screening, of course, in venues throughout Rhode Island. Wow. Expanding our venues, of course, this year. We'll be including the United Theater.
Yeah, you guys have gotten really big.
And the Odeum in East Greenwich. Yeah, we've gotten big, really big. So we've got, this year we had over 7,000 entries.
Wow. So having been in it myself in the past, some notoriety of the idea that they're Oscar-nominated films, and generally the short films. So how has that helped the festival in and of itself to promote it in a way?
We qualify, as you said, for the short film as well as the short animation and the short documentary. So we qualify for all short categories. And that really helps to give not only the filmmaker that wins the boost and also the capability to qualify for Oscar consideration, but it gives all the filmmakers who are included in that edition a huge level up and boost for their credentials, because if we get a film that's nominated or shortlisted for that year, it's just wonderful for everyone who's been included as part of the festival, and it just it puts the festival and Rhode Island on the global stage, which is really amazing.
Kind of like when a local gas station wins the lottery, they sell a winning lottery ticket and they get put on the map.
Yes.
It's like that.
Exactly.
Yes.
So it's just everyone involved. We've had over 80 nominations over the years, and we've had 12 wins.
Wow.
So
that is
serving
amazing.
as the platform for not only our local filmmakers but also global talent really helps to build the film community here and help to create a sustainable and thriving ecosystem that is noted throughout the world.
So
which
what
is really great.
filmmakers and events are you featuring this year?
We have a great selection of local talent as well as international talent. We have a great local film by Lionel Jeffries, his first feature film. It's an incredible debut work, and that will be showcased as part of our local filmmaker selection, and that's going to be playing during the week.
Okay.
As well as we have a great film by Laura Colella, who's a noted filmmaker from Providence. We'll be showing a retrospective film, Tax Day. It's going to be at the Avon Cinema in the east side of Providence on Saturday.
Very cool.
And we also have Richard. We also have a film by Richard Stanley.
Okay.
He's a noted cult cinema filmmaker from the 90s. He did Dust Devil.
Yeah.
He did The Island of Dr. Moreau.
Okay.
A lot of great films that many people do know really well.
A lot of good people.
Yeah, and he this is the second. He did a film with Nicolas Cage recently
Stop it.
called The Color Out of Space.
Wow.
And we'll be screening that film as well as highlighting his new script that he's in discussion with called Dunwich Horror.
Okay.
And he has plans to shoot it here in Rhode Island, so he'll be part of our Script Biz screenplay workshop on Friday during that week.
Cool.
We also.
Nice.
So as far as some of those films that you just mentioned, now, are there any other films that the audience members, our audience members, and then your audience members should be looking out for specifically?
Oh, there's tons.
There's tons.
There's
I figured
Jupiter. It's a feature film from Germany about a young girl who, over time, realizes that her family is in a cult.
Oh.
That's cool.
And they're planning to colonize on
Yeah.
a moon of Jupiter. So there's just a whole variety of different. We have a crime, a police crime, a drama film from Algeria called Algiers, about a kidnapping. So there's a lot to find, a lot to discover.
Right. Genres for everybody.
Genres for everyone. Some great independent indie comedies from
Everybody
around
in
the
the
world.
family.
Yeah.
Yeah. All ages.
And and tons of shorts.
Okay.
So
Very
as
cool.
since we are a qualifier, of course, we'll have over 30 animated shorts. We'll have a whole series of documentary shorts as well.
Shorts
as,
are always fun. I always like
Yeah.
watching those
Yeah.
too. Those are really good, really cool. So
And-
before we wrap up, I know we're running out of time,
course.
unfortunately. We
Yep.
could talk all day, but
Seriously.
tell us the dates and how people can get tickets.
August 6 to 11 are the dates.
Okay.
And then to get tickets, you just got to go to rifilmfest.org, and the whole program will be listed there, and you'll find everything you need to find right there. The listings will be available in the coming days,
Very
and you'll
cool.
find all the screenings and information there.
All
Awesome.
right.
I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. Thank you so much.
And we have, of course, a lot of great events aside from the screenings, so please come out and check it out.
All right. We
Excited.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
Up next on Locally New England, we visit East Bay Community Action Program to take a look at their Head Start program. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Early education is extremely important for the future of our children. East Bay Community Action Program is focusing on giving educators and families the training that they need to be successful.
East Bay Community Action Program offers early education training and opportunities through their Head Start program. This program prepares future early childhood teachers and provides early childhood education to families in need.
Head Start focuses on not only teaching and learning, but we're looking at all of the other skills that children need during not only their early years, but their entire life. Social skills, getting along with others, problem solving, They also need to know how to express themselves, so language development is very important in these very early years. The early years are the most important years. 90% of brain growth happens in the first 5 years of life. We also make sure children are getting all of their medical needs met, immunizations, child checks. They're getting the proper nutrition. We provide services to pregnant women through a home visiting program. We have infants and toddlers in our classrooms, and we also have preschoolers.
For the children, it's mostly getting them ready for public school, what comes next after preschool. So social, emotional, kind of like self-regulation skills, being ready to learn. And then for parents, learning more about what school readiness is.
Every kid has their own goals. As teachers, we set goals and see what each kid needs to work on, and we adapt our lesson plans to each child. It's not the same for everyone. We're addressing needs so they can hit their goals. We have structure and everything has a purpose, whether it's one kid needs to work on social emotional or another doesn't have the best gross motor. We're gonna adapt our plan to make sure that our kids are where they should be.
If someone's interested in being an early childhood educator, we here at Head Start can provide you with a career path. We can help you get the education that you need, the training, can help you get a child development associate credential.
While working here, because I don't have any college credit for early childhood education, they're paying for me to get my CDA. It's nice being able to get my CDA without having to pay for it out of pocket.
It is also a program that prioritizes children and families with the greatest need. And if you are a family in need, please come to your local Head Start program and talk to representatives who can help you figure out if you qualify for the program.
The community aspect makes this place different than anything else. I mean, great parents, great teachers, excellent staff, everybody's hands-on.
There's been times when my daughter wakes up and the first thing out of her mouth when she's staring at me is Miss Katya or Miss Stephanie or, this teacher or that teacher. She's looking forward to school. She's looking forward to being there. Nothing's better than that.
Well, Joe, that does it for our episode of Locally New England. Another fun show. Always fun to highlight the activities happening around this community.
Definitely, definitely. And please join us for the next episode of Locally New England.
Locally New England is brought to you by Charahoe Furniture, beautifully crafted American-made home furnishings. First Hyundai, North Attleboro. Save every day at First Hyundai. And Some Pump Geeks. We service all brands.